What's good, everyone? It's Gavin or Tweek.
What's good? It's Marcus or Pink.
What up, what up? It's Charles or Chuck.
What's going on, everyone? You got Matt or Haz bringing you what? Marcus, what?
Bro,
What did
you
I
just
do
come
this
in with
time?
that- No, you just come in with that. Like, we be like, what's up, y'all? And you come in with
Yeah.
that hot energy, bro. That's
Y'all
what we
sleepy,
need.
dude.
We need
I mean,
it.
That's how I
is
knew.
late. It is late, too.
It is a
Wow.
little late, yeah.
Yeah, 9 p.m. Super dude. Actually, you're a parent. I can't even make
I
that
was like,
joke. But everyone
what?
else, yeah, you just right. That's right. And you were traveling this weekend a little bit.
Kind of.
Traveling.
Bro is mumbling harder now. What happened? Oh my god. What's up, everyone? This is how I knew I had a job on this podcast. The first episode I came on, boom, I gotta bring the energy, dude. Someone's gotta do it. I'm
Yeah.
Italian, you know? Anyway, what's going on, guys? We were dream hacking, we were coin boxing. A lot going on this weekend, but we'll get to that stuff. How y'all doing? What's up, Gavin? How you doing? I saw you. You're a speed runner now, officially? He's leaving us, chat. He's leaving us.
Yeah, I live streamed my first ever timed run of Mario RPG. Was really
Nice.
fun. Everyone was very helpful and supportive. Yeah, it was a good time. I'm definitely gonna do it again. Probably
What's your
tomorrow or something.
time, like, so people know? Because everyone's gonna ask if you don't say. Like, what's a good time for you? Don't
Refuses to
shake your
give this
head.
information.
You're just starting.
I've only timed myself once, and it was like 3 hours and 20 something minutes. A good time, I would say, if you get under 3 hours, you're really good, I would say. That's my. I'm very curious to see when I'll get to 3 hours or lower. That's the goal currently.
It's got to cut a whole 20 minutes, right?
That's
Yeah,
not bad.
I guarantee my next run will be much better than my first one, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many?
This-
There's got to be a lot of tricks within one run, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Some of them are more important than others when it comes to time saves, but
Right.
the game's also new, so the route is slightly changing all the time. So you got to keep up with that as well.
I'd imagine all the secret items are really important, right? Because they're just really big stat boosts. Doing all those challenges or whatever.
Some of them. Do you mean the hidden chests or the mini games?
Well, I know you get one for bouncing or doing the super jump 100 times, and then I watched Taz
Oh,
do,
yeah,
the museum one where he dodges the bird and you get a bonus item for that. Are those items really important for the run? I'd assume so.
Yes. There are certain items that are really important. The attack scarf and the super suit are really broken items that significantly change the run. And you get one for 40 super jumps and one for 100. And you're supposed to knock that out all at once against a specific boss. So
That sounds like probably the hardest part is the super
Yes.
jumps, I'd imagine.
doing 100 super jumps on command is very hard, but I'm getting much better at it. It takes me only, I would say, 2 or 3 tries on average right now, which is
Damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And it's the only part where you have to do 100 now. The route has changed to the point where you don't have to do it. You only have to do 100 jumps one time.
Oh, you used to have to do it multiple times?
Well, you used to have to do 134 jumps in 2 turns on the final boss, but now you don't do super jumps at all on the second phase of the final boss.
Oh, okay. Damn, W.
Yeah. You still do 40 to 50 or so on the first phase, but yeah, it's changing a lot compared to the original game and all that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. So it is different from the original. I noticed
The
that.
times are actually comparable, which is cool, but they're very different experiences.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So
How's
much
the
new
move going,
shit in the
Pink?
new ones, yeah.
Hey?
How's the move going?
The move? Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
Marcus,
How
hit the
many
soundboard on
unpacked
that
boxes
one.
are just around the house?
There's one behind him right now.
That's one right there. It's 6 over there.
That's
That's
the
just
worst.
this
when you move
room, and then
so many
there's
boxes to unpack.
bro, it's just who thought buying a house was a good idea? I just don't get it. I don't understand why people do it.
But doesn't it
No.
rule? Wait,
Yeah, it's
I
actually
have a-
great.
I'd imagine.
Do you have
it's
any home improvement projects planned? I want to
Yeah, I
know.
actually have a good bit. So I want to replace some of the wiring. I want to redo some of the
Oh, I'm not doing
doors.
that.
I want to.
I don't do
That's got
electric.
so hyped up.
what just happened? Like I just
Electric
like,
is scary, bro. You could shock yourself.
I'm not gonna do it myself. I'm gonna pay
Oh,
somebody
okay.
to do it.
I
Oh,
mean,
you mean like do it
yeah,
yourself
yeah,
ones?
yeah.
Probably just like the doors. Like some of the doors are a little low, or
Oh, okay. Yep.
on like the closets. It's like one of those like rolly things, and like they're not like perfectly aligned or whatever. So I want to do some of that. I'm not doing anything electrical.
Good answer.
We're actually no. We're gonna hire someone to paint. I can't paint. I just I thought
Painting's
about.
easy. That's
I know
easy.
I'm gonna mess up.
He's gonna
I
pay
just
you to
know
do
it.
it, Charles.
Hey,
Me
I
and Charles,
mean,
I don't
me
feel
and
like
Charles will
painting
come
right
through.
now, man.
pull up. Did you paint your house? Has it's looking nice in that background. Did you paint
Like
that?
that, right? This is not painted, but we
I'll do it,
painted
Marcus.
the upstairs bedroom, and we sanded the floors
Sand
upstairs
it.
too.
I
Yeah,
remember seeing
we
that. It looked nice.
the hardwood floors. Yeah, it was really
Hold
nice.
on,
Came out
man.
great.
Marcus,
You
trust.
kinda-
I could teach you how to paint in like 15 minutes.
It's so
Marcus,
you-
would
easy,
you
dude.
trust
If
me
you
to
just
paint your
tape
entire
all the
house?
places that you don't want to get paint on top, so it looks nice and clean, you do a little prep work,
Wait.
and then you get the roller and you roll. Easy.
Painter's
peasy.
tape too, very clean.
Gavin.
Dude, we're gonna come through
No.
like Pikmin. Like we're just gonna come through and start singing little songs and like just start doing shit around your house.
I
Dope.
mean, as long as the walls look nice, like it's lit, and there's not like paint just everywhere.
It's all fucked up. Like we just.
I know, right?
Yeah,
No
sorry,
promises on the quality. Yeah,
Marcus. It's like the
Um,
wrong color.
we're podcasters. We're not like professional painters. It's not.
But yeah, the house is coming along pretty well. I enjoy it here at least. I mean, at least I didn't buy a house and I'm like, bro, this house is terrible. Because some people like they move into their house and like the inspection went okay or like well or whatever, but then you move in like 2 weeks later. After like 2 weeks, you're like, bro, oh no, there's a lot more wrong than I thought. Or like your neighbors are bad, or like the neighborhood isn't great. Or there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Some
but
things
so
you
far,
can't
I mean,
check at all too. Like if it's
Right.
not like if
Right.
it rains and you don't know like how your house is in the rain or the snow or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, so there's a lot to be right about, but I mean, I enjoy the house. First time I have a king size bed now.
W.
Wow, what a W, dude! Nice.
Game changer.
Yes.
Literally a life like changing event is just having a king size. There's so much space. Like it's just space for no reason. Like I just be rolling around for fun. Like, oh man, this good. I'm like a little kid. Like it's great. It's great. Oh,
Like your own city. Like you just have so much space.
true.
Too
Actually,
much
it's
space.
kind of like that. Sometimes,
crazy.
like when I have Psalm, I don't even know if I've ever revealed his name on like the podcast, but yeah, when he's like when I'm like really tired in the morning, I'm like, bro, like I don't feel like, so I just put him in the bed. He's having a blast, just crawling around. He's like, "There's so much space up here," and I'm like, "There is so much space up here," and all I gotta do is like reach over and grab you. Like, yes, like this is great. Yeah, it's lit. All right, Matt, what is good?
What is good, dude? I don't know. I feel like everyone's doing shit and I'm just not doing anything. Like it's
You just
I
did a
don't know.
lot, huh?
I did? What are you talking about? What did I do?
You've been traveling. You bought this house not long ago. You
It was
just
like
talked about
it's like half a year ago. The chat knows, dude.
You finally fixed
but
the
you
internet.
need the break. Yeah, right. You
The internet was a long time ago.
just always want to be doing something. Rest is important, man.
No. I guess I do be rested, I guess. I am excited, so I guess just as like I do miss Watch the Throne. I think about Watch the Throne like every fucking day, to be honest with you. It was just such a good experience. I like because we had weekly meetings after Tweek Talks. I like missed those meetings just because the people who Watch the Throne were so fucking cool. But yeah, I'm still living in Watch the Throne land for sure a little bit. I'm enjoying chilling at home and watching events. And just like kind of being a casual enjoyer. I'm looking forward to Let's Make Big Moves. Probably the next tournament I'm going to go to. I think Charles is going to be there as well, which is always a super dope time. And I think Gavin too. Marcus.
Absolutely.
Maybe. Think about it. We'll paint your house. You get there,
We'll
it's a
paint
good
your house,
trade.
man. That's a good trade.
Yeah, man. I guess I'm just enjoying chilling right now. It was a really busy year. So I guess you're right, Marcus. It's a good time to sit and think and reflect. Actually, I had for next episode, it's gonna be our last episode of the year, which is crazy. I think we should all think of one thing we were proud of that we did this year, and one thing that we want to do better next year. Jeremy!
He's getting
Jeremy's already got it. Golly.
I got
I'm
feedback
knocking
for
'em out.
Termy for next year. Dude, is that the first time Termy's ever been spotted on the podcast?
Definitely not.
No. But
I was
not
trying to
that
give him.
loud.
I was trying to
That
give him
was-
credit.
That was wild.
He has a clean record of every episode.
Termy's the
He's
most
better-
consistent member of this podcast.
Yes.
He be
Voight's
barking.
up there too, actually.
Yeah.
I think too, like one of my takeaways from Watch the Throne is that I just really, really enjoy playing Smash. Sorry, I was leaning on the camera there, but I just really enjoy playing Smash, and I just want to do it more, and make it more of a habit. I actually, here's one from me. So did you guys know I had that streak going on my watch, like my Apple Watch, for like working out enough every day? It's like 450 days. I lost it. I just lost it. I just dropped the ball. Yeah, I know, Gavin. It was
Damn.
So I worked out. And I showered and I was chilling. I was like, oh, I got a little more to do. I'll like go for a walk before bed. And I fell asleep on the couch for like way too long. And I missed the calorie goal. I like 970 calories I had to do every day. I missed the calorie goal by like 2. And it just killed the streak completely. Like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter at all. So I woke up like 2 hours later and I checked my watch. I'm like, oh, it's the next day. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, did I do it? And I looked, gone. I think 400 something days in a row of always hitting the exercise goal, which is really cool. What I realized is that I was more consistent with other things in my life and it worked even better. So in a way I was kind of relieved that it was over and it was done with. Like, obviously I'm very unhappy that happened. Like that's a really long streak and it was really cool. But in a way I was relieved. So I'm looking forward to next year and making some more adjustments and continuing to grow as a human and continuing to grow the podcast with you guys and keeping it rolling, man. So we'll talk about that more next week though. This week we got to talk about good old Coinbox with the most predictable grand finals of all time, and then DreamHack as well. So, Gavin, I know you watched DreamHack. You had some key Mega Man-based takeaways from that tournament. What'd you think?
Yes. Congrats to Peepnut, one of my favorite players. And I don't know. I play Diddy, so it's like an adjacent like inspiration, I would say. Kind of like Mudace and Peepnut. I like seeing them succeed because it's like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it kind of thing. So I'm a big fan. Very intense. Couple sets of grand finals, winners finals. DD and Peepnut had a bunch of game 5s. So good job to both of them. Good job to Apollo Kage as usual, getting 3rd, I believe. Goblin was in there at like 4th. Yeah, I was tabbing in and out of that in Coinbox, but I'm a big Mega Man fan, so I wanted to see Peepnut succeed. And yeah. But before we get into Coinbox, how are you doing, Charles?
Oh, I'm doing good. What do you call it? I'm actually leaving to Hawaii tomorrow. So that's going to be fun. I'll be there for like 10 days. So just going to visit home, hang out with friends and family for the holidays. And then, so I'll be there for Christmas. And then I made it so my flight gets back to SoCal right before New Year's. So I'll spend Christmas in Hawaii and then New Year's like with the house in SoCal. So
damn,
looking forward to it. It's gonna be dope.
Busy.
Nice. Christmas in Hawaii, bro. It sounds kind of lit, honestly.
Best time of year to go.
Really?
Huh?
What do you like about it?
Yeah, because it's not fucking cold.
You live in California.
Dude, this is cold to me, man. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I have to put on a jacket. Ridiculous.
What,
if I have to put on a jacket, it's too cold.
What's the temperature?
I don't know, like 60s or something. Sometimes 50s.
I'm literally double eye canting right now.
60
I'm sorry, man.
is cold.
You put on a jacket for 60, Charles?
Dude, if I have to put on a jacket, it's already too cold. That's ridiculous.
It's not about whether he wants to put on a jacket or not. It's just about the comment in general, bro.
Yeah, I'd be cold. So, and
You're
I don't like it.
Disrespecting us, bro. We are cold.
Yeah, I mean, where you guys live is like blizzards and shit, dude. I'm not with that.
I don't know. It's not that bad.
Charles' vision of like what we have to deal with every day.
Yeah, I still remember the first time I saw snow was like in 2015. It was the first time I saw snow because I was going to Apex 2015 in Jersey.
Yeah.
That was actually some wild snow, though. It was actually some wild snow.
That was the first.
Yeah, there was a shit ton of snow. Yeah, we had to push a car uphill because there's so much ice. I was like, dude, what the fuck are we doing? I was like, I want to push this vehicle, but I don't want to be in like the the rear part of the vehicle because we're pushing it up. So what if
You
it
want to pull
slides
the
and
vehicle.
right? I was like, I don't want to be on that side during this operation. Like,
Boyd, you and Termy push the back. It's like it's like Cool Runnings, dude. Like,
oh man. I remember after that experience, I was like, I would never want to live in a place with snow. Fuck this shit.
it's
I don't
wild.
care about the
kinda like that.
snowmans or anything like that. It's not worth, dude.
That was very unfortunate for you because that was like pretty bad.
Because it was a pretty crazy snowstorm, right?
On
Yeah,
Sunday,
well-
do you remember Sunday night?
Yeah, that's when we had to push the vehicle up the
Yeah.
off ramp or whatever to get to the airport. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
And people were like, the weird thing was people were like acting like it was normal.
Were your
Like, oh yeah, we got to just push this vehicle uphill real quick. I'm like, huh? Like,
were your flights not
Yeah.
delayed or anything?
no, my flight was on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but not Sunday. So, but we had to drive. Oh, well, I guess that Sunday night we were driving back to the place we were staying at for the night.
Okay.
That was the first tournament we were all at together, right? But none of us knew I don't think a single one of us knew each other.
That's
though.
crazy that you were there, Haz. I
Mhm.
didn't know you were there.
What the fuck? I live close. What the heck?
That's wild.
Why is that? Why? What the heck?
I mean,
I'm
it was-
feeling singled
Dude,
out.
why didn't we do an episode
that-
there? What the heck?
Dude,
that would have gone.
tournament-
That would have gone stupid.
That tournament was the first big tournament of Smash 4. I remember like getting super hyped up for that shit. Like so much players hid tech for that tournament. Like that tournament was
Yeah.
fucking crazy. It was so, and it almost didn't happen. That was the crazy part.
Bro. Okay, I'm gonna tell the story. You're talking about snow and stuff, so I'm gonna tell my story about the snow experience.
Oh, your
So
first
I
snow
went to
experience?
that tournament. First off, the hotel thing happened where we had to switch venues.
Yep.
Right.
I didn't
Because
tell-
the ceiling collapsed in the
I was
venue.
talking-
Elaborate, yeah.
I was a teenager by myself. Didn't tell my parents about that, and then we switched venues.
Well, yeah.
Don't
then
do that.
Sunday, the tournament's wrapping up, like Melee Top 8's wrapping up, and I don't have a ride home, and it is like blizzarding. And I had to tell my dad, like, hey, like, I don't actually have a ride home. Like, I would always tell him I did, so he would take me to the tournament. And he'd be like, if you have a ride home, it's cool. And I would just be like, yeah. And I would try my best to figure it out there. But I wasn't going to figure it out during a snowstorm. So,
Damn, you like put up the white flag. You're like, you got me, Dad. Like,
yeah. And he actually he did it, bro. That drive home, like, we couldn't see.
damn.
Like,
So he had to
it was-
drive through the snowstorm to get you, and then drive you
Yeah.
out too. Like,
And it was
shit.
even worse on the way back. And we couldn't see. And it was just a silent ride. Like,
Yeah. You get yeah.
bro,
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Well, worst
I
case
did-
that
scenario.
tournament had the
I did anything I
5-0.
could to compete, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Dude,
Yeah.
that tournament was fucking legendary.
It
It
was.
was.
legendary.
I'm grateful I went, but the way I did it was definitely
Well,
not good.
if you
what
if
you
you
had to.
died on the way home, you would have died doing what you love, getting 49th with Bowser Jr. So that would have been cool.
Yeah. Was
Dude,
it
you
Did
know-
you get 49th?
Wait a second.
I think he got worse than 49. I think I was being nice.
Didn't
No,
you beat
Gavin.
Gavin on that tournament, Gavin?
No, and Gavin,
Bowser
he might have
Jr.
gotten a
So
smooth
funny.
25th.
No, it was not 25.
No, that character was such dog shit, dude.
Damn, Has got it right.
49th? Okay. Wait, did Void
You didn't even think
No,
I was
no.
at the fucking tournament. How does that?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Void outplaced you because I think Void got 33rd.
That's
Look it up. Look it
crazy.
up. I'm actually
It's just
really.
such
I
a
think
good game.
I think
It's
he
so
did.
annoying.
That was my
Yeah.
first time placing outside of top 8 in Smash 4.
Yeah. I mean,
And it was
that
also
tournament-
crazy.
That tournament was so toxic.
It was also like
that
my
tournament
sixth-
was the worst.
It was like my 6th tournament for Smash 4. So.
Damn, that's insane.
I mean, actually, that's quite a few, considering it was still like it was like a couple months old. So,
yeah, it was a very young game. Yeah, I
Fun
mean that
fact,
means
it
you
was
went to a lot of
terrible.
tournaments, like
fun
every
fact: I won my first ever Wii U tournament.
week. Really? Holy shit, that's crazy. With Junior?
Yeah.
Dang, your region sucks. What the heck? I'm just
No, they
kidding.
don't.
You're like slapping
Yeah, they
everyone
definitely
up.
don't. Yeah.
You're slapping everyone up with Bowser Jr. Like first tournament, Bowser Jr. is like, oh hey, what's up, guys? I obviously
It's,
I'm
like
You're
Adamance was
very
there, right? RJ.
Not, maybe
tournament.
not that one, but yeah, a lot of those stuff like that.
Wasn't it the last tournament that PPMD competed in too? Like his last major he competed in?
I don't know. I remember watching it just because I couldn't go home yet, so I was.
I know
watching.
it was PP.
You're like, my dad's gonna kill me when he gets here. I might as well enjoy this melee.
Yes, I was like in the back of the crowd where like no one really was because I was just like I didn't know anyone. I was just too nervous, and I knew like my dad was gonna be there and he's gonna be mad at me, or I wasn't gonna get home at all. There was one of those two.
You know who actually had the most impressive placement that tournament? Considering the character
You're talking about Wii U?
At Apex 2015, who had the most impressive results in terms of like placing very high with a very shit character? Come on, you guys know this.
I know the answer.
You know the answer? You know. So Pink knows the answer.
You mean with Robin and Pitt and Zelda?
No. With Ness, right?
Top 8 got top
with
8.
Ness, yeah.
No, not Ness.
No.
I'm pretty. Maybe he didn't get top 8. Maybe he got top 16.
Abadongo
with Pac-Man. Dude, Pac-Man was dog shit in Smash 4. He got top 8, right?
Yeah, he got 7th.
He got he got top 8 with Smash 4 Pac-Man, bro. No, like that is by far the most impressive thing that tournament. By far.
This guy's too GG pilled. I think it was that Bowser Jr. kid.
The 49th with Bowser Jr. Oh yeah,
that guy.
Wait, it's not that bad.
Gavin, in your opinion, who was better, Pac-Man or Bowser Jr.?
It's not bad. Not at that tournament where you were playing against the most broken character that's ever in Smash and that Diddy. No way, dude. That shit was insane.
I think Pac-Man is better than
Junior.
Yeah.
Damn.
MVD got 7th
with Little Mac and Duck Hunt.
Oh wait, maybe MVD's maybe better than Appa's.
No, because Little Mac was good at that time, bro. Little Mac was clean. He was.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
He played mostly Duck Hunt, I recall, though.
Yeah, he did play mostly Duck Hunt. Now, who's better, Duck Hunt or Pac-Man, Gavin, in Smash 4? Oh,
there is so much Diddy Kong.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. That tournament was so cursed, bro. I hated that character so much.
Diddy Kong?
I at least appreciate him in Ultimate. I hated him.
Was a neutral monster that had a 40% ding dong. And people hit up through it. People hit it. Like, there were certain players that figured it out, and it's not even that crazy if you think about it. It's just doing an up throw into an
down throw up air. It was down throw at first, right?
Well, yeah, that's what the common thing was known. But like the real shit was up throw up air, and Halberd was legal that tournament. So if you, dude, it was like there was so much fucked up shit we could do.
Can we do better for the next game? Can we just do better? Like that's what that's what I want. I want
bringing up old rule sets.
Do you really think?
What's up?
Like we're bro, we are like 20 plus years into this and we still can't do it.
No, it's not our fault.
We can't.
We took away all the banned stages and then they made Steve that recreates banned stages. So you know how you counteract that? You got to bring it back, dude. I'm telling you, legalize Rainbow Cruise and make it so Steve players are not allowed to ban Rainbow Cruise specifically. So you always have that counter pick versus them. If we can't,
Marcus
guys, we gotta think. We need to think into the future, everyone. If we cannot nerf Steve and they refuse to nerf the character, we have to make a stage list where he sucks, right? I'm just saying. All right, that's it.
You're saying fuck it, we'll nerf him ourselves? I don't know, bro.
Yeah, so you legalize Rainbow Cruise and you make it so Steve players are not allowed to ban Rainbow Cruise specifically, and everyone else can, and everyone has a ban, so you just auto ban it. But then, dude, think about. What do you legit think Steve's worst stage is of all the crazy wacky stages? I think Rainbow Cruise is his worst stage because the part where you go upward, he has shit double jumps. Like he can't get up there. Your opponent's gonna get there before you and camp you. And when Steve if you're talking like side scrollers, those are probably the best for Steve because when he builds walls to not interact with you, the stage is moving. So then it eventually just goes away and it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, the fact that
Pac-Land.
Pac-Land is another choice, but Pac-Land is a more horizontal moving one. I like Rainbow Cruise because it's vertical. You need to hit this gym where it hurts, right? His vertical mobility is really bad, but his horizontal is not bad with the minecart. So, I don't know, it's funny because me and Phil made a video that was just like joking about this, and then I really thought about it. I'm like, man, dude, what does Steve do on Rainbow? And all the old people know how to play on Rainbow Cruise, so it gives everyone 30 and up a buff.
Well, hold on. You're kind of spitting there. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
I need a buff for brawl players, all right?
Brawl players need a different type of help. It's not outside of the game, you know?
Oh man.
We're old, ma. Yeah. All right. Charles, take
I'm
off the tinfoil hat. That's
Yeah.
enough.
All right.
Let's bring it back
Rainbow
to
Cruise.
society here. The land of Spargo versus Sonix. Is that like the rivalry this year? Like it just is it? It's one of them for sure, right? I mean, they had so many sets.
Yeah, I mean I think they have the most amount of sets, especially if you count online. And they're both top 4.
What are bros watching?
So I think it's the rivalry of the year. Yeah.
I'm looking up all the stages, bro. He really got
It's
me.
crazy. It's the rivalry of the year. Oh,
you and
are
Gavin
you
had the
looking
same
big?
exact face. We can edit that, but they were both like,
We're
No,
thinking
we
about,
can
dude.
keep it.
ass is not looking.
I'm telling
Hold
you
on,
guys,
Big
you guys can
Blue?
keep thinking, but you're
Big
not going to
Blue?
find better stages than Rainbow Cruise.
Talk to me
We
about Big
talked
Blue.
about this a little bit already, Charles. So
Yeah, we actually did. Yeah, for fun. I stand
I'm
by
thinking
Rainbow.
Big Blue is looking.
I wanna
kinda
talk
Oh,
about
Big Blue's looking kind of nice.
Big Blue rules.
Smash Ultimate
Dude.
Deluxe.
You know what? We could okay, that also helps. But without that, were within our power. And I mean, if we do another Watch of the Throne, I think it's fair for us to do experimental rule set as a side fucking event.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
this
think
is
that's
another
cool.
discussion that I think I've even had with Haz. Haz has always been a fan of Squad Strike. So I even think
search my Twitter tag and search Squad Strike. You'll see me in like 2018 being like, this should be the main fucking format. I don't care.
I do
Except
think if
it
there's a
doesn't
character
work.
that's over centralizing or overpowered, like Steve, right, where a lot of people just clearly think he's the best character, the way you can nerf that is if you change the squad, or like if you do a Squad Strike tournament, right? But the only iffy part is I don't know if Lumi rank would count it for rankings, right? I think that's the big hurdle if you were to pitch a tournament like that, where it's like, okay, we're going to have a Squad Strike major. Because at least if Steve is crazy, then you only get one stock of Steve, which is fine, right? And it's like, okay, well, we want to see how spread out your skill set is amongst like 3 characters. I don't think that's a unfair thing to ask for, right?
No, I love that, and I've thought about it a lot. And the biggest hurdle for me is that Squad Strike doesn't fucking work. Plus, sorry, Gluto, like it just unnecessarily nerfs Wario.
Specific
too.
players get hit very hard. Like,
I know that's
Wario is
the thing
not
that sucks
good on
about it.
Squad Strike.
But I mean, I like it a lot because I think the idea of Ultimate is it's this really, really big Smash game with so many characters, and you're just really good with one of them. That's cool, but does that really make you the best player, right? It does, obviously, like in so many ways it does. But then to me, in other ways, I'm like, does it though? Like you just are doing one thing, like one character very, very well. And not to invalidate anyone, you have to work very hard as a solo main and have a good character to be a solo main and all that stuff. But to me, Ultimate is this big game. We always talk about how big the roster is and how viable so many characters are in the roster. It's like, damn, well, why don't we show more of that? That sounds fucking cool.
I think because it's Ultimate specifically, this makes
sense,
right? Like,
but the mode is broken. It literally doesn't work in game. Like sometimes characters don't render on time. So like if Cloud kills you with up smash and you're tumbling in the background and he's just charging limit, and then your character takes forever to load, he gets it like he gets a full So some characters get like buffed and nerfed.
Yeah,
but couldn't you make that argument for 1v1 anyway?
Certain mechanics work weirdly different in other scenarios as well.
PT switch, right?
Like PT switch. PT is way worse in that mode. Wing.
Wait, why is that? Why is it again? The
trainer isn't on the screen, so it messes with like invulnerability. It messes.
Oh, you don't get frame 1 invuln off down B?
You can't fast switch either. I don't know how. I know it nerfs that, Charles. I don't know exactly how it works, but
I see. Something with trainer not.
You know how if you play like if you switch to Ivysaur and then you do a special, you can immediately switch. Like it kind of breaks the. It's because you're messing with the trainer's animations, in the background. But since the trainer isn't there, like you can't fast switch, and the switch itself is like a worse move. So if you have like a spammable move, like you can just like as soon as PT's vulnerable, like the move's just hitting them. Like, so it's pretty rough.
All
right, we have to sack some characters. All right, sorry,
sorry, Gluto, and therefore all of Europe, and also Quid fans. I'm sorry.
Well, I also like it too against like, a big reason why I even think about stuff like this is because of how crazy Steve's floor is and how high his ceiling is too, right? Like we haven't even started seeing like 0 to death stuff from Steve. So I think this feels like an in-between because right now it feels like everyone's split down the middle, like the entire community is split between like ban or no ban. I feel like there might be something in the middle where it's like, okay, well, if you can still play Steve and Steve can still be in the game, but like it's just not going to be every single stock, right? And I also feel like it might incentivize players to approach Steve more, because if they only have one stock, if you can aggress and fight Steve when he's weak and like his resources don't carry over, then it makes more sense, right? So I also think it promotes more interaction, which I think is very important in a platform fighter where there's a lot of characters and a lot of tactics that really involve not interacting and getting rewarded for it, right? And like obviously that's not fun to watch. And I don't think we want our game to get to that point where people just don't interact and then that's like the whole game, right? So I think that's very important for like the game's health and like just even thinking about things longevity wise, right?
Yeah.
It's at least a discussion to have. I don't think it's like, this is the only answer, but I think it's an interesting take.
It brings it back to what Marcus said. Like, we've been doing this for so long, nothing ever happens. People got to make big moves at some point, man. Like, I definitely appreciate, I'm not saying I agree with Max's decision to bully ban Steve at some of his tournaments, like, but I do appreciate him making an effort and trying something. Like,
yeah.
We gotta, like, bro, if you're not trying, you're not, like, we're just giving up. Like, that's it. Like, we got to try something. I'm not saying it's fair to everyone or it wasn't the perfect solution, but I think in a scenario like this, there isn't going to be a fucking perfect solution. I think we got to workshop stuff, try stuff, see how people feel. But then it's just, yeah, it all comes down to, in Smash, as always, the lack of infrastructure and a lack of organization at a top level. It's just everything's siloed, everything's separated. It's just, it is what it is, dude. So, but that's why I do appreciate when people try things. And if someone ever hosts first ever major that's Squad Strike main event, I'll be fucking there for sure. I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't hire me for commentary. I'll fucking play and I'll show up and I'll have fun and I'll think it's awesome and I'll support your event and that's it. And we'll talk about it on the show. So there you go. If you want to run a...
Well, I think invitationals are like a perfect testing ground for that, right? If we just want to see it executed at a top level and just like see how it looks and like how it'll play out and just kind of giving it a test run, why not an invitational? And like the only iffy part is if Lumi rank is down to have it count as rankings. Because I do want we obviously want a prize pool where the players are competing for a prize pool, but I think another thing that players also equally, if not more, compete for is the world rankings, right? And I wouldn't hold it against players if, like, say, Watch Throne did like a Squad Strike major, right? Would I hold it against Gluto if he's just like, oh, this is counting for rankings, like I don't want to attend because his all his skill set is like mainly nerfed. I'm not saying that Gluto couldn't win a Squad Strike tournament. I think he can play a bunch of different characters really well, and I've seen him play multiple characters. But if he didn't want to, because it could potentially affect his ranking in a negative way and giving other players like slight advantages over him, I would not be mad at all for that, right? Like that makes total sense. And I mean, it really just comes down to if the players are down to do it or not. So, and I honestly think a lot of players would be down. I don't think every player would be down. I think most of them would be, though.
Can I ask, maybe it's a stupid question or maybe it's too late for this, but do invitationals typically count towards rankings?
Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. I believe for
so
this
is it
season,
not consistent?
They do.
It's not consistent, though.
What about, so we just had two invitationals, basically, Coinbox and
If you're talking specifically for Lumi rank for this year, they count.
Okay, great.
But like, remember PGR, back when we did PGR or whatever, right, when Panda was still around, they would change what would affect the rankings every year. So like sometimes invitationals would count because there was a big controversial thing when Konga, the Donkey Kong from Washington, he got into a PAX Invitational and he got really big upsets over some top players. But like he never had to play through the rest of the bracket to get that opportunity. He was just a top player in Seattle that got that invitational opportunity. So people got pissed off about that. So like the next season they didn't count, and then people bitched or whatever, right? Like it just depends, I guess.
It's interesting,
recency stuff. But there was controversy around invitationals. But I think for as of recently, they've
all been counting. I think, yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, I think that is a very valid point about having to play through the bracket because that's a different skill, right? Rather than a lot of people can do very well against top players or even, get dangerous against them. But to get there is a whole nother skill, especially when you play a mid or a low tier like Congo was. So I think that's fair. But at the same time, it's like you qualified somehow, and that's where it's
you
like,
did
well, you got
something
voted
to
in.
qualify, yes.
Well,
It depends, but I think for the most part, especially the way that like Summits and Watch the Thrones are formatted, it's like there's a bunch of qualifiers, and for the most part, it's like about 4 vote-ins, right? So that's the only part. But outside of those 4 vote-ins, it's like all qualified players are all like top 10 or 20 players that were invited, right? So in terms of competitive integrity, it's always been there as of recently for Invitational, so I don't think it's an issue.
It's interesting to talk about and think about. All right. Should we talk about Bayonetta? I like talking about. I think we talk about
Bayo,
Bayonetta a
yes.
lot. Definitely one of the most consistent things. Lima played incredibly over the weekend, I must say.
Yeah. I think this is
Justin,
the second win in a row over the Buzz, which I think is an important note because Lima usually struggles with the Buzz. But Lima got 2 wins on the Buzz. I think one was at Port Priority recently, and the other one was Coinbox. So I think that's really cool. I was talking with Marcus before we went live. I was saying, Bayo's looking nice, bro. She's looking like a good character.
No one's
There's
talking
like
about Ryu, that's for sure. Damn it.
She just has specific matchups that I think are really hard. I don't know if there's specific matchups that are worth playing out, but it feels like most of the Bayos, like that character's hard to the point where it's like it's hard to pocket other characters. That's how I feel like, because there's so many different types of scenarios with Bales because your combo game is off multi-hit. So there's so much like reacting to SDI or reacting to single hit and stuff like that. Like you're tracking a bunch of resources, and this character is very unforgiving. Like when you fuck up with Bayo, it really sucks. You mess up one confirm. Sometimes you're not KOing to like 200+% and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, the big ones for me are Fox and Snake, which are very popular. And to win a major tournament, you probably have to beat Fox or Snake at some point in the bracket, unless you get really lucky, right? But I think those are the big problem matchups. But yeah, I mean, Bayo does so well into other things too. I feel like she's alongside of like Diddy, where she's pretty good in specific top tier matchups that bring her a lot of value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that ABK really is insane.
I'm just seeing a lot of flexibility in the character lately, which I think is really cool. I think they're so good to the point where like I can really I don't know. Bloom and Lima are just so ridiculously good, and it looks fun, and it makes the character look really good as well. I don't know. I think they've been doing super well lately, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, so I played Lima at this event, oddly enough. I was there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like I was telling Gavin this before, and I was gonna ask him on the show, but like he'll probably chime in. But I was like, bro, like when you played Lima, because you played him earlier this year, I think that was the last time you played him Collision, or did you play him after that?
I think Collision, yeah.
It was Collision. Okay, so it was quite a long time ago. But when I was playing Lima, like I didn't feel like anything on the other side of the controller. So me as a player, a lot of times I can kind of like look at the screen and like look at the options you're choosing and kind of like understand like your mental state, like how you're feeling at the time, like if you're like scared of losing, if you're like really desperate to get the win, get the stock, like there's a lot of things that I can see just based on like the way that someone's playing. But I just couldn't feel anything at all, like not a single thing. I was telling Gavin, I was like, it felt like I was like fighting like a learning AI or something, like because I won the first game like pretty solidly, and then the next game was not close. But the next two were pretty close. They were all like we were both above 100 on our last stocks, but I couldn't. It felt like I couldn't get the last hit because I just couldn't tell his mental state. It felt very, very difficult to tell like what he was thinking or how he was feeling. And I think that's something that I never really, you can't really experience that unless you play the player, because you can see what's happening on the screen, but when you play the player, it's like a different experience. And that's something that I never really knew about Lima, which is a huge strength of his for sure.
Yeah. And I can see that in the gameplay. Like Lima's very cerebral. Both Bloom and Lima are just some of the better players I've watched play. And it's very inspiring. I don't know. I actually I'm feeling pretty good about Smash lately, despite not having like incredible results lately. I'm not like practicing as much, but when I do, like I'm feeling decent about it. Like watching the game was pretty fun this weekend. Like regardless of like what's on the screen, feels like I'm a bit more invested in all that. I don't know, and I guess little things like Peeb not doing well, Lima doing well, like just characters I like, and I don't know, kind of like a play style thing. Like, you know, if these play styles and characters can do well, like it gives me faith in my own character. I also had a conversation with Light over the phone, and you know, I was just asking him about, you know, like should I play Cloud like everyone says, and I was very curious what he had to say, and he actually said no. He thought specifically Cloud wasn't the answer.
Agreed.
Um, he actually wants me to play a few tournaments with solo Diddy, and he's like, and he just thinks like there's more potential in that if I play solo Diddy, and he, I don't want to quote everything he said on the podcast, but like I don't want to just like surprise him and spoil all of his texts online or something, but he said I was spoiled by my talent because I can play multiple characters, but he thinks I should stick it out with Diddy for a few tournaments and see how it goes. And I can see where he's coming from, and I'm going to stick to his advice, and I'm going to try my best. And I've only been practicing. I practiced solo Diddy going into Watch the Throne. I played mostly Diddy at Watch the Throne itself, and then after that, I've been practicing only Diddy. But yeah, I don't know. That conversation helped me. The tournaments I was watching, there were some little things that inspired me. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about Smash. Sorry, I kind of rambled off topic there, but
No, I mean it's cool. It's
That
like
was
your
super-
your
how
thought
was that
process
off
for
topic?
your lineup and stuff like that. In my opinion, that was the most fun part about coaching a player like you, like when you know I was coaching on TSM or whatever. But because Void was a solo main, and it was like not. Oh well, I did try to tell Void to play Smash 4 Cloud. I was like, dude, everyone's using Smash 4 Cloud. They're getting their free W on the buzz. Like, hurry up and cash out. Do it while you can.
Dude.
But he never listened. He's there. Both players I coached were both very stubborn, but that also does make it fun, and it makes it like a cool learning experience on both sides. But he did eventually get his win on the buzz with Sheik, so that must have felt way better than getting it with Cloud. So big, and he won that tournament. That was the first tournament he ever won, right after he beat the buzz. But like your
I
character
remember
lineup,
that means a lot, right? You get your first win on the buzz and you win the
and
tournament.
then you win the tournament. Yeah,
That kind of speaks to like the problem that was there in the first place. So.
Dude, it was crazy watching Webb versus the Buzz, and I was like, "Oh man, I've seen this. This is like the beginning phase. This is the beginning phase.
It was brutal.
The Buzz is so
dude,
good against you. It's insane.
He was so like so giddy on the mic. He's like, yeah, Sheik fucking sucks. Like Sheik is terrible.
He's been
like,
doing that for like almost 10 years. Too.
It's ridiculous how good he is against that character. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I loved having him on the mic.
He thought she sucked in Smash 4.
That's insane. That's insane.
He thinks she sucks in Ultimate. He thinks she's legitimately bad.
That's fair. Like I mean I'm saying that's way better than thinking that in Smash 4. I think Smash 4 Sheik is better than Ultimate Sheik. Are we arguing here? Are we gonna
Marcus? No, I'm laughing at Marcus dropping the.
I think Ultimate Sheik is better.
I think Gavin actually thinks Ultimate Sheik is better.
I don't think
that. I agree.
Than you'd expect, though.
I agree with that.
It's just Ultimate is just
I think it's pretty close.
Ultimate is just a different beast, bro.
Sheik was like uncontested top 5 easily.
Yeah,
I don't think I could say the same thing in Ultimate.
She low-key is.
There's a lot more characters in Ultimate, though. So it's like percentage.
Low-key Zachary.
Yeah, it's for percentage.
Zachary, save us, please.
It was
Zachary Sheik would go.
Zachary with an aim, please.
That tier list was lit.
The most.
I only remember like one thing, and I'm saying it was lit. Like,
I think top 3 was like Sheik, Aegis, Shulk. I'm sleep.
That is turbo sleep for sure.
The question
There's no way,
Gavin.
I think Aegis is so broken, and I'm so sick of it.
Oh, that is not the thing that put us to sleep.
This is so hard. Like, stop trying to like join our group. Go back to hanging out with Steve. You're not hanging out with us, Aegis.
Gavin, I was going to ask you when the last time you solo mained a character was. Was it Junior? I'm actually curious because I'm trying to think back in like just your professional Smash career. I mean, after you switched from Junior, you kind of always had a bunch of different characters in the tournament. Have you ever been a solo main ever in your life?
I feel like he was solo Cloud for a while.
It's like small windows. I think there was a phase where it was solo PT. There was a phase where it was solo Wario, kind of, right?
But I feel like you were always counterpicking players though.
Even because once a tournament, at least.
Wait, that's what I'm saying though. Yeah, like even if you had a main, I felt like even in lower parts of brackets, you would counterpick a lot of people.
Yeah, in pools, I would be switching, bro.
Yeah, like you would use Lucina, like you would use a bunch of different characters for specific matchups. So I mean, I'm just trying to think of a time when you were a solo main.
Wario. It was like more like 95% Wario.
I mean, it's still a lot though. Like most.
I've won brackets with solo, but I don't know if I was actually solo in my mind.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this could be a really cool arc if you solo.
Was I solo Cloud at any point?
For a long time.
There were some brackets, yeah. There were some brackets.
That was quite a long.
That's the thing. Like, what is the criteria for being a solo main? Like doing one tournament, or actually saying it out loud?
No. it's a.
You didn't say it out loud, so it doesn't count.
I think it is a feeling, and I don't.
It's a feeling within your heart.
That feeling comes and goes, so I don't know.
Gavin, when that 95 turns into 100, that's when you're a solo main. You haven't unlocked it yet, man. You've only like mostly mained a character, but have you ever given it the 1-0?
I think every tournament I've won with Diddy, I soloed or like soloed where it mattered, or like.
But I think it's so important to say there's solo maining, there's co-maining, which means you put roughly equal time into two characters. But then there's having a counterpick character, which is to me very much closer to solo maining than it is dual maining, for sure. Yeah. Counterpick character is used for like a couple matchups, right? And that's kind of what I've considered you for a while now, to be in my mind. You're a Diddy main with Sephiroth for like 2 or 3 matchups, and that's how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I usually dedicate more than 50% of my time to one character, but yeah, I think solo Diddy makes the most sense. I don't want to force anything. I don't want to just play another character and just because someone else thinks I should, because it never feels right. Diddy's the only character that feels right, even if it's like hard in some spots. Like, so I'm just gonna do that. My joke is that I'm too old to change my game plan.
That's the spirit.
Welcome.
That's the real answer.
To the old club.
Like, I'm not gonna switch. I'm 25, bro.
Fuck this shit. I'm waiting. I'm not switching, and I'm waiting for the next game, bro.
Like, I am legit. Yep. I am biding my time, and I'm going to unleash my wrath.
Dude, remember when people were saying "See me in Ultimate" at the end of Smash 4? That was the funniest shit ever.
That was a great meme. Yeah,
that is actually me, but like right now for Smash 6. Like, see me in Smash 6.
Yes. Where we don't have all this hocus pocus. Here's my thoughts on your character dilemma, Gavin. It really comes down to: do you think Sephiroth gives you so much of an edge over the matchups that you're using him for?
Whatever you're asking, no.
No.
I do it because I want to.
Okay. But like, well, I'm saying that instead of having like a slightly better matchup, or maybe even kind of the same, but you have a disjoint. Like, if you just put yourself in situations that Diddy sucks in, you just eventually get better at them, right? Because I really, when you really break Diddy down,
that's what I'm hoping for, Steve. I'm hoping because my problem right now is I very rarely play someone that like isn't Aquila.
For the Steve matchup, yeah.
When I fight Steve, sometimes like I fought Pocket once, I fought Syrup twice, and I'm hoping for more of those. Like, this is B and I had this conversation this morning. B was like, Gavin, like the Buzz is actually playing Steve. Like, this sucks. Like,
hey, maybe that's where you can get your Steve practice from.
No, and I turned to her and I was like, low key, this is good. Like, I need more Steves. So, like, there's just more of a chance I run into it. So, like, I'll be able to beat Aquila.
Yeah, so you get experience. I mean, it's really important because
I respect that. Yeah,
like that's how I've been thinking. Like, I actually want to go to like a few locals before let's make big moves and like hopefully play against some stuff I normally don't. Just like be ready for everything. And like we were just saying, like, you know, play Diddy Kong in as many scenarios as I can and just try to get some practice in. My practice outlook, I'm trying to look at it in a different way rather than like the amount of hours. I'm trying to like, you know, one local is more valuable than like a handful of practice sessions. At least that's what I'm trying to.
I agree.
That's the way
sitting down. Well, because that's the environment that you're planning.
Yes.
To like win in, right? Because
online or offline, right? Like just a bracket.
Right.
And yeah, I guess the only other thing when it comes to myself is I recently like super started on a diet specifically for Crohn's disease, which is cool because I would say I take decent care of myself. Like I take care of my tendonitis. I work out every day and all that stuff. But diet is a little different. Like a lot of the time, I'll eat something knowing it's not gonna be good for me. I'm a little stubborn when it comes to that. But I recently just like hard stopped. Like I've been doing a bunch of research. B has been helping me out a lot, and so that's probably the best update of my life currently is um, it's been helping a lot. Like it's very specific though. Like some things I can't eat and it's surprising. Some things I can eat and that's surprising. So it just takes some time to know all my options.
I
That's
love it,
awesome,
man.
man.
It's really really good to hear. So you're saying like, if I'm understanding this correctly, so there's like foods or whatever that you want and you really like and you want to have it, but it's causing you harm. But
Yeah.
you sometimes can't help yourself and you pick that food even though you shouldn't.
Most of my life, yeah.
Imagine the food is Sephiroth, and this is a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know
Marcus?
where you were going with that.
Marcus, I don't know what Marcus is mouthing right now.
Oh, my bad. I immediately knew where you were going.
Yes.
The moment you phrased it that way, I said, okay.
You guys would rather
Wise-
me. You guys would rather me
wise
solo
Marcus.
Diddy than play Sephiroth at all.
This is
I think it's
this
up
is
to you, big
Sephiroth
dog.
intervention.
Well, okay,
Sephiroth
so
intervention.
I was
here's the
mostly
thing.
being
Pet
funny
character.
for the record.
Get him
Here-
the fuck
yeah,
out of here.
Here's the thing.
I was gonna say
When-
you're my inspiration, Has. You've been taking great care of yourself, bro.
Oh, thanks, dude. Let's not change the subject though, pal. Okay, back
When
to
you
Nice try.
when you had some sort of faith, some sort of enjoyment, some sort of inspiration when you wanted to play Sephiroth, I was down for you to play Sephiroth.
Yeah.
At this point, it doesn't even seem like you're just doing it just to do it. Like you're that Sephiroth guy. So I'm like, no, that's a bad reason to play a character in my opinion. So, yeah, I think
I
you
get
should.
it.
Yeah, and I said that to you at Watch the Throne. I was like, bro, you should just play Diddy.
Yeah, we were on the same page already.
Yeah.
I planned on playing solo Diddy, so
The only time I consider you
I
not
pretty much
playing
did that.
Diddy
Not quite.
was because you hadn't played AK with Diddy before. I mean, we had this conversation, but you hadn't played AK with Diddy before, and you kind of been waxing him with Sephiroth, and I was like, okay, well, if you play him, like you can play Sephiroth, like you.
Fun
But-
fact: I actually did play AK with Diddy the first time we ever played, but
Did you win?
yeah,
Oh, then you could.
but it was a long time ago.
Oh, like
There you go.
yeah, before he was getting the place.
Before he was like, yeah.
It was like Riptide, like the one after Summit 3.
I told you my true solution, but sorry, y'all. It's late, man. Like, what the heck?
I know.
I can't be up like this. I told you my thoughts on your character dilemma. And I'll just let everyone else know. You like, bro, like, I get it. Like, okay, so here's the thing, right? We just watched Lima do fantastically. Like, is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word.
You can just say fantastic.
Sure. I don't know if fantastically is a word. Anyway,
Lima played amazingly.
yeah, amazingly. Like, I'm tired, man. Like, let me.
I'm trying to help. I'm sorry.
Thanks, appreciate it. I'm thinking about like the comments that I'm gonna get on fantastically, and I just started yelling into the void of YouTube comments. Anyway, but Lima got third. Like, that's not winning. Lima lost to Sonic. That's winning. Golly, Sonic. That's a winning.
This
character.
conversation,
Yeah, we need someone who is cheating.
We need a winners lineup.
There we thank you. Like Diddy Kong is wonderful, fantastic. Probably can win. I'm trying to see some people cheating, and those people who are cheating are winning.
Yes, currently, correct.
Good way to put it. Well, it's funny that Spargo went to Cloud in order to beat Sonix at Watch the Throne. That was like opposite cheat, like because he has ages. Yeah, so that was interesting. That was interesting. But Cloud cheats in a different way too, though. I'd say. In a
not that different.
It's not here. It goes how fun.
Oh no, dude!
Here we go.
Yeah, I think Aegis cheats a lot more than Cloud. That's for sure.
Oh, I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying they all cheat, and it's in very similar ways.
Oh my god,
it's true. Look at the numbers, bro.
Look at the
Numbers don't
The
lie.
numbers don't lie, yeah, dude.
Bro thinks he knows ball.
I know ball, bro.
You do
don't
know.
even watch the
I
games.
hate when I make that joke because he says I do know ball when we're talking about like Smash or Pokemon. I'm like, damn it, he does. In this case, you definitely really know ball. Unfortunately,
The
Yeah, I
Sixers lost.
Oh no.
are the Eagles winning? It's late. So by the way, just because I feel like we got off to a weird start too. We started super late today. We want to get the episode done because Charles couldn't record tomorrow because he's going to Hawaii and all that good stuff. So
Right.
I feel like it was a little bit of a weird episode, but I kind of loved it anyway. Just because
Sixers
I love talking about Gavin's lineup. This shit is hype.
it is hype, dude. I don't even know what the fucking thumbnail.
How did Embiid drop 40 points and we lost?
Oh, it's because your team sucks.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
No, we don't.
All right, all right. Okay, so
Maxey had
I'm
29.
curious.
Maxey's
curious. Maxey is great. That's your whole team. Those two.
Damn,
Anyway,
Tobias Harris with 3 points in 31 minutes.
All right, Jim.
who? If y'all could pick one character for Gavin to play, we do this every couple months.
Oh, okay.
Who is it?
I will seriously consider everything.
I don't want you to consider mine.
Are you gonna say Sonic?
No,
Please never say Sonic. Yeah.
no.
He doesn't even know how the two spin moves work.
Though you know what's
Until
really
Sonic.
strange? What's really, really strange? I was watching like Coinbox while I was there, I was like watching it and I was like, Gavin would actually be really good at Sonic. And it like made me mad that I had that thought. It like made me because like he'd been saying it for so long, like the darkest timeline is if I pick Sonic. But then I was watching like the Sonic players because now they're actually like playing the game, not like just pressing spin dash. I mean, they
Yeah, it took them a while to figure it out. Yeah.
But yeah, there's like some short hop up airs and neutral. Like the Sonics be doing full stage dash, jab, or grab like checks.
Yeah.
And, okay, like I like
grab
this.
one grab too.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang, Gavin could play some Sonic. Anyway, that's not my character. There's only one character. That's not true. But the character I think Gavin should play the absolute most that he's just not going to play, and I've said it to him 3,000 times, is Sora. Yep.
Good answer, honestly. I would not.
Disjoint, yeah, I could see it. But the skin is just not there, right? Since it's Sora, it's like
He's just not going to do it.
Like, it's not going to do it because
so, like,
Charles,
what character could have that been, and that like Gavin would have played?
Sephiroth.
No, the sword's not long enough. Like what character could like kind of have Sora's moveset and it makes sense? Like floaty sword. No, nothing coming to mind. I can't think of anything.
If they made Dante
Riku?
or if they made Virgil floating, Riku,
Mickey Mouse.
All right, Gavin. What do you say, Mickey Mouse?
All right,
Donald, Goofy,
and Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. It's Smash.
You're a Goofy main. I would.
You know, Sonic is not as complicated, or not. I mean, I know you don't think Sonic is complicated, but like the spin move, all Sonic is a defensive stance character. You have two different stances that are fucking broken as shit, and you can jump out of it. That's it.
Charles, what's your answer to Gavin's dilemma? Fix him. Is it Wolf still?
Are we talking like
cheat?
Are we talking on paper? On paper, Gavin, or am I talking about like
what you want?
It's you. Of course, it's on paper. Yes.
I want you to be happy, Gavin.
Damn.
You play the game.
I love Baby Call.
So you're dropping Sephiroth. You're definitely dropping Sephiroth.
So for what I want for Gavin, it's Solo Diddy. It's Solo Diddy angle.
Okay, well you have to pick someone else.
Yeah, I was gonna say boring L answer. You need to give it.
Boring L.
Oh, okay. So if I don't care about his happiness and it doesn't matter how miserable he is when he grinds the game and optimizes the character, it's Steve.
Oh, Steve. Wait, why do we?
Oh, his Steve. No.
Yes. He would
just keep saying.
Gavin would mill people. Gavin would.
Dude,
I swear to God, it would take like 2 weeks max. 2 weeks max until Gavin starts posting fucking wood clips like spawning in. Go.
He does have tag. He does have.
Yes.
Steve definitely lends himself to rewarding players for putting effort in, and also not. So that's
my
cool.
two favorite players.
And also
who are Void and Tweek. Both of them would show you true fucking darkness with Steve. You guys think what you're seeing now is fucked up? Imagine Gavin getting a lead and planking with Steve.
DeBuzz is trying. He's gonna start doing it.
Oh well.
What about
do that too?
I'm excited to see that. I hope he
too.
does great.
All right.
Did you see his clip? He kind of went off on that clip.
He did a little bit. He should have killed him
Wait, is he
earlier, but
milling?
still, it was a good
Does
start.
the Buzz have
What
He
if-
did it. I don't
Yo,
think he nailed it.
This timeline where like the Buzz is the only Steve where we're like, yo, hold up, this is
He's a hero. He's a hero, dude. Somehow.
like, can we just like act? Can we like just put on the mask like
Stop.
just for the Buzz? Like,
I fucking can't.
like as a collective community, can we like freak out when the Buzz selects Steve and the speakers like say Steve?
Yes,
Yo,
of
the
course.
Buzz!
no, let's
Yes.
go the Buzz.
Now it's cool. Now
Even if it's a
cool.
ditto, like one
Well,
person does the
especially
combo.
if it's a ditto.
No.
Especially-
Like one player selects Steve, everyone's like boo, and then the
Yeah.
Buzz selects Steve.
Maybe not
Yeah!
boo, maybe not boo.
No booing.
Like the
No,
match
no,
is
no.
happening, like the Buzz is losing, and they're just cricket noises, but the Buzz does the same combo back.
Oh yeah.
Yo, the Buzz.
Yo, did the Buzz add an extra up air there? Yo, he's crazy.
Dude, he's goaded.
The concept
Oh,
of like the Buzz is like the Buzz Steve is very different than Steve.
It was like when Leo came up and watched the throne after he won a set. He said he was gonna play Rob, and the chat was like W like that.
Off.
Like what the fuck? Since
Yeah.
when do we cheer for that?
Same thing.
What?
It's the same thing, yeah.
Yes.
Rob
like, what was
may
that?
it might be
Gavin's
be
Rob is
over Steve.
crazy.
Yeah, Gavin's
I do like
Rob
Gavin's
might
Rob,
be
too.
crazy.
It's very good.
Yo, he got the item
It's
play.
not
You get to
good.
still you get
It
to
is
still do the
very
item
good.
thingy.
I've
Yeah,
played
I don't-
Rob maybe 10 times in my life.
And I remember the one time I
Remember
saw
all
it, I
10
said, bro,
games.
this might be the best Rob in the
Bro,
world.
you got the
I
better
remember-
Diddy down tilt. It's over, bro.
That
It's
down
over.
tilt is nice.
That down tilt is fucking nice. One of the best down tilts.
All right. You want the
I like
truth?
Diddy more.
Are you ready for the truth now? Now all these jokes are over.
Yeah,
Truth is, and you're gonna hate this.
he's gonna troll.
Good guess. I'm actually not going to, which is hilarious.
Kazooie.
Ooh, no. That's come on. Shout out to my goat, TG. Come on. Tori Gory. Come on. Have some respect. That's my goat.
I think
Hate
about
that character
a
so
lot.
much. Love that player so much. What a goat, dude.
Yeah, he's
How does he make that dumbass bird and bear look cool? I don't know how he does it, but he
He's
does
hype. He's sick
it.
with
He
it.
is actually really fucking hype. No, not that. You gotta. This is where it's gonna be hard for you. You gotta focus and push yourself and put the ego aside and really try for Cloud Strife. I know your sleep. I know everyone fucking say it. I know you. You love that character. Checkbox. Big checkbox. Gotta be there. It's a goose egg. If you don't love the character, never gonna happen. You'd rather play Banjo and Kazooie than Game & Watch or Sonic or whatever. Or better character.
The skin matters. The skin matters. And the,
Cloud checkbox. Necessary. You got the first one down. Without that there, we're not having a conversation. Beat Steve in Game & Watch or does well against them. Huge fucking checkbox. Only problem with your Cloud is you get so in your head about it. And it's less about picking Cloud and more about getting out of your own head. That to me is the ultimate truth. And you've already said you're not going to do it and you think that it's wrong. And I think you could do it. I really do. After watching Spargo, I watched the Throne. I was like, yep, this is a possibility. I killed Marcus with this conversation. But you know what? There it is.
I appreciate the advice, everyone. Seriously.
His
I-
ass is
I-
playing
there's
Diddy
just-
Sephiroth.
There's just so
He's not
much of
playing
it.
Sephiroth.
There's just so much advice, and so much of it is different.
there's a lot of perspectives, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and
Me-
Leo, it's just like the never-ending like carousel of advice and I know what's best actually.
Hold on. So you're telling me that Spargo just picks up Corrin, gonna play some Corrin against Sonic. Coinbox Online goes solo Corrin, wins. Plays Corrin against Sonic offline, gets a dub, then he switches back to Cloud and loses.
Random Corrin dub though. 100% win rate.
Corrin is super good.
Corrin catching stray W's,
Like,
which is so
but
weird.
like, I don't get like. So, why are we playing Rob? Like, I don't like. But Corrin, like, I just.
Oh, we're talking about Leo.
It's
I
all
didn't know who we were
good.
talking about.
It's all good, man. Because because I forgot who brought it up, but they said like Leo always catches different character. Yep, and I'm one of them. I'm a Twitch chatter, YouTube commenter, Leo fan.
Yep.
I just want like, please play Corrin, man. Like, I'm glad Spargo's playing Corrin.
Well,
Good
you know what's
character.
cool about Spargo playing Corrin? He's actually been having trouble in that matchup. So I think him playing the character, and even when Leo was like the main person blocking Spargo off from getting his first like major win, like because there was a bunch of tournaments that Leo got first and Spargo got second. What do you call it? Spargo started picking up Byleth. So I think like the way Spargo goes about like, oh, okay, I'm like struggling with this matchup. I want to learn the character, see their perspective and stuff like that. I think it's really smart. I mean, classic strategy, right? I think it's always good to do that.
Yeah. Soon as might pick up Sonic. Who does Spargo struggle with?
What Piranha Plant cooked Spargo is what I mean.
Yeah, true, because his plant goes.
Who did that? Who did that?
Shout out to Lucky.
Shout out to Lucky. Yeah.
Had to have been Lucky. Shout out to Spencer's Piranha Plant, actually.
Yes, it was
definitely Spencer's Piranha Plant.
That shit went stupid. Also
every character Spargo plays, there's a story behind it.
Yo, actually, I'm about to end the episode. I know what I'm about to go practice.
What?
Super jumps.
Piranha Plant?
Piranha Plant, baby.
Oh, that's the answer.
Do not ping me for Wi-Fi, Jim. All right, fine. We can play. See you.
All right.
By the way, don't forget to support the Patreon before Gavin signs us off. We're coming out with content. We're going to record content tomorrow, so it'll be maybe a day late or something, but we're going to work on it. So, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. We're not exactly sure what we're going to talk about yet, but thank you so much. The Patreon has always been doing better than we could have ever imagined. Thank you to Charles for helping change up the Patreon and always giving us ideas. But it should be out the normal day and along with this episode. We're just recording a day early. And I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Have a good Christmas break. Have a good holiday. See y'all.